Hello everyone, today we are going to look at circles, and these are all the basics you're going to need to know about circles. Going to go through terminology that you're going to need to know, and then have a look at an example of just the basics. Okay, I might cover a little bit more than the basics in terms of terminology, but the examples, basics are really important to know, so that's what this video is all about. And let's crack on with it then. So we've got two pictures of circles here. One of them showing what's known as the radius, which is the distance from the center to the outside edge, and the diameter, which is the distance from one edge through the center to the opposite edge. And it will generate two semicircles. So that's what's important to know about the diameter. You need to know those definitions as to what a radius and what a diameter is. Next, circumference and area. Circumference is a perimeter of the circle, or the distance all the way around the outside edge, as I've shown here. Okay, if you were to start at the top and to go all the way around, that would be your circumference. Your area is the space that the circle occupies. So you need to know what those things are. A chord. A chord is any line that cuts the circle. So there's an example of one there, and you can generate any chord you like. There's only one exception, and that's the diameter. The diameter is a chord, but it's special because it cuts the circle immediately in half. Okay, a chord will cut it in another place, and it will generate uneven parts of the circle. The next thing you need to know is about tangents. Tangents are any line that touches the edge of the circle. So I've got an example of that there to the top right. So now we come on to more complicated terminology. Segments and arcs. A major arc is part of the circumference that forms the perimeter of the major segment or sector. So you can see it if you've got a chord cutting the circle. The bigger part of the circle is called the major segment, and the major arc is what goes around the outside of the major segment. The minor segment will have the minor arc on the outside of it, and it's part of the circumference that forms the perimeter of the minor segment or sector. And we'll come on to what sectors are in a moment, but for the moment segments are what you need to know. Minor and major segments are small, large parts of the circle formed when a chord bisects the circle. Okay, really simple to know, but worth learning. Sectors. Sectors are small or large parts of the circle formed when two radii create a slice. So the way I like to teach this is if you imagine a circular cake and you cut a slice in that cake, okay, but then you decide, oh, you'll give the minor slice away and you'll take the major slice, the rest of it for yourself. That's what sectors are. They're like slices. Pizza's another example. They're all cut into sectors. So you've got a minor sector for a smaller sector and a major sector for a larger sector. And again, the minor arc and the major arc will surround the outside edge. We're just going to look at circumference and area today though, how to work them out. So if you recall, circumference is the distance around the outside edge of a circle. The radius is the distance from the middle to the outside edge, and the diameter will cut the circle in half exactly. So to find your circumference, you need to know this formula. C equals pi d, or C equals 2 pi r. The reason for this is that twice the radius will equal the diameter. Yeah? Finally, to find your area, you need to know that pi r squared is your formula. So we've introduced a new symbol there, and that is pi. Pi is an irrational number with a value of 3.14159265535 and so on. This means it will continue forever with no exact decimal value. To make life simple, just remember the first 3 decimal places, 3.141 or 3.14 for 2dp. Okay, you need to know that, not the 100 decimal places of pi, just the first couple will do. And now we're going to have a look at a question. A circle has a diameter of 13 cm. Work out both the circumference and the area, giving your answers to 1 decimal place. So I'm going to give you a few seconds now to have a go at that yourself. If you'd like, pause the video and have a go, and then I will go through this on the next slide. Right, okay, I'm going to go through it now. So a circle has a diameter of 13 cm. Work out both the circumference and the area. Give your answers to 1 decimal place. Okay, so we use the information that's given in our question. If I get my highlighter pen, I can put in here, diameter is 13, so I can write that here and here. If the diameter is 13, my radius, because it's from the center to one edge, that's going to be 6.5, or half of 13. Okay, should be very straightforward as to why that's the case. You're literally halving the diameter to get your radius. Then we've got our formulas here. C equals pi d, or C equals 2 pi r. I'm going to use pi d because it takes us straight to where I want to be. 3.141 times 13 is 40.8. And let me prove that to you. Let me switch on the webcam. There we go, I've got my camera here today. So, to put pi in on your calculator, you need to push shift followed by the times 10x button at the bottom, and you'll see that pi appears on the screen. Okay, then if you multiply by 13 and hit equals, we'll get 13 pi as an answer. But this SD button will change that to a decimal, and we will get the 40.8407045, or if you can see from my workings, 40.8 as the answer there. Okay, what about the area? The area is going to be pi r squared. Now we worked out that the radius was 6.5 centimeters, so I can now put this into my calculator again by putting in pi. Okay, pi times the radius, which we know is 6.5, and I'm going to square that. Okay, notice I've put the 6.5 in brackets rather than just do this, shift pi times 6.5 squared. Okay, it just spells out exactly what I want the calculator to square. And if I push my SD button, I will get 132.73 22896. Just switch on the calculator to show you that. Pi times 6.5 squared is 132.7.32. So if I'd done that just by doing the pi times 6.5 squared, we get the same answer. So it didn't matter in this case putting in the brackets. However, in some cases it might. So be wary of that, and good luck in your future question solving of circles with circumference and area. Right, everyone, the slides for this video will be available in the link below. Please do stay tuned. I've got more videos coming up. Hi everyone, this is a friendly reminder to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to stay tuned for future videos on this channel. I also welcome constructive comments in the box below, and you can gain access to any of my teaching resources through the link above. If you'd like to support me through donation, you can either go to paypal.me/JonathanKipping or patreon.com/JonathanKipping. Stay tuned and look forward to future videos.